Hey, yo, yo. Check it.
Welcome back, hero.
My word is my sword, Hokage and Batosai, pulling the blades out of the forge, yo. Prior to my knowledge of the Force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under gray skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind to lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash.
Right in the nose. All right, we're off to a great start.
Cloud, you're crazy.
So, the dog just destroyed the set right as we started. He just head-butted the microphone and almost knocked it over.
Ouch.
But, you know, whatever.
Hey, man. Episode 57.
Bro, I don't have anything.
Episode Dwayne Rudd. He's an old Vikings linebacker for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, my God, I don't fucking know. Rick Brown.
Yeah, we're going to need some help. Definitely going to need some help with this one. I feel like, come on, man, 57. That's a notorious white, long hair linebacker number. Come on, man, there has to be some.
I'm not even going to try to think because I don't know any football players.
What about like a big refrigerator, Serbian big man pick setting?
Right, big ass, goddamn plumber looking ass. Can't jump over the phone book looking ass.
Bro, that's a number 57.
When you look at his highlight tape, it's just him setting screens.
Bam!
Right. Watch the screen. Open jumper.
Oh man. Cloud.
Oh,
that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was. Real quick basketball. What was your favorite type of screen to work with as a basketball player?
So when I was in college, we had this play called Stack, and it was like my favorite play. And I would basically it would be like two stagger screens by the power forward and the center.
Strong.
And so you got to work off two. So that was sweet. I like ball screens, but as a shooter, obviously, I used to like the screen on the baseline where you get the corner three.
Yep.
That was
So the baseline screen, that's a good one to run against the 2-3 zone.
Yeah.
Or for me, it's always a flare screen, bro. Like if you have you need three players that know what they're doing to do a proper flare screen.
Oh, for sure.
You need a point guard that knows how to throw that pass. You need a great screen setter, and you need a shooter that knows how to run off a flare screen. It's not fast. You have to like set your guy up.
Set the guy up and rub him off.
But bro, when that shit is open, you be wide the fuck open.
And man, I used to love. Did you ever get to be the runner against the zone where you just run the baselines back and forth?
Yep.
Corner threes all day.
Yep.
I used to, as soon as the team was playing, so I was like, I'm a runner. I want to be the runner. I'm a runner.
So I was never a lead ball handler in any organized games, but like obviously I used to bring the ball up all the time, like in rec type shit, and I'm such a sucker for the pick and roll because I always want to. It's just like I almost never can resist the immediate wide openness. Like, cause I mean, sure, you can shoot that whenever you want, but there's usually a better play there. But I just be wanting to shoot that bitch every fucking time.
Right. See, I used to love throwing the bounce pass off the pick and roll, and shout out to my homie Drew Maynard, man. We used to play together, and a lot of pro-ams. He got crazy hops, and I used to always throw him the lob off the pick and roll too. So
pick and roll. Also, shout out to the corner man who's almost always the guy that's open.
Right.
The corner help. That's when you graduate from high school to college. The pick and roll worked in high school.
Right.
In college, niggas had that shit on the scouting report. So you always know that there's gonna be help, and it's usually the guy in the opposite corner who comes to head to like, so the big guy's gonna hedge on the screen, and then once you recover, you need a guy in the middle, and then your guy in the corner is likely gonna be open.
Yep, the corner 3.
Yeah, dog.
Splash.
Shout out to, bro. I'll be a terrible coach. I have really good X's and O's, but I'm just so like, nigga, why y'all niggas ain't just play sweeter? is what I would say. That's why I think I've said this before, but that's why coaches, that's why like former player, with the exception of Larry Bird, he was good.
Y'all making every shot.
But like Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, the reason why they were bad coaches was like, bro, so nigga, why you ain't just cross the whole team over and like dunk on everybody like I did when I was playing? Oh, because you're not as good as me. Okay.
You're not as sweet as me. Oh, I forgot.
That's why them like weak players be really good coaches, because they be having to like cerebral. They be having to, bro. That's why Spo just was just grinding tape for his whole career.
That's all he did. He was a cameraman. And now he's like a
he's the best,
a great coach,
bro. Okay, you remember all you NBA hipsters y'all used to swear by Brad Stevens. He made Brad Stevens look like a fool,
yeah, bro,
like a fucking jackass in the was that the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah,
he coached circles around him, bro. Like it was embarrassing. So Spo is the guy. I don't even like the Heat, but you can't hate on that shit.
Yeah.
In terms of X's and O's, I think he's the best coach in the league.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of coaching. I'm much more a trainer, but I mean I coach my son. And I coach those kids, but mainly I just like to be. We always talk about how trash AU is.
Yeah.
So I'm always here to be like the positive,
right, supportive,
positive coach for the kids. And that does it for the sports section of SwordCast.
Oh, actually, wait. One last quick thing.
Oh,
regarding trainership, shout out to you. You were a basketball player, collegiate basketball player. Shout out to my homie Jordan Beard, who is in Ohio, collegiate basketball player. He runs his JB's Breakfast Club. He runs his training thing. He works out with NBA players. He works them out. Like, I love to see him in that role.
Right.
But get these like short non-hooping white guys that have YouTube channels and fucking Instagram pages with millions of followers,
doing crazy drills,
doing stupid ass, just
throwing chairs,
right? Throwing like hitting them with like pool, like those foam pool things, and like making them jump. Like, nigga, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Get out of the way, white men. Get out of the way.
You got to jump in the pool. You gotta swim a lap.
And they say that shit with so much confidence. All right, so what you gonna do, right? Let's go. Burst, quick. Let's go. All right? This is gonna get you. This is gonna get you right.
All right, jump out of the pool.
All right, now jump back in. Let's go. All right, let's work. Like, bro, get the fuck out of the way. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
What's this, a pineapple? You're gonna shoot it. Shoot the pineapple. Shoot it.
I just, here I go. You know what I'm saying? Already. White men, and shout out to the white men that listen to our podcast. Now, look, if you still rocking with us now, you must be one of the good ones, because we are very critical of the state of white America right now, and I say that with full confidence. But white men, get out of the way. Stop trying to make this shit about you, bro. Like, let these talented, athletic, hardworking black athletes get their own shine. Get the fuck out of the picture. This has nothing to do with you. You are not teaching them shit. They have come to your gym so they can have a space and a rebounder. That's all you are. So get the fuck out of the way. Don't stop taking credit for their off-season improvement. You haven't done shit except catch their balls, pause, or maybe not, right? Like, this is 2020. We don't do that shit no more. But, like, get out of the way, bro. Like, these niggas can hoop, and they can hoop before you. So stop trying to take credit for their improvement.
Amen.
Time for an activation, bro.
Activated take out.
9 minutes into the podcast. All right, that does it for the woke section of the podcast.
Hey, man. Before we get into this next section, big shout out to the homie low_key91 on Instagram. The homie Jaron Jones. He actually wrote us. He sent us a dope DM on the SwordCast Instagram.
Yep.
As we celebrate the the 20th anniversary of PS2.
Good grief.
Old. But the homie Jaron Jones has an amazing PS2 collection, and he sent us a video of it. So shout out to you, bro. And 20 years of PlayStation 2, bro. I mean, how do you feel about that? Obviously, we're old, but just the PS2 was definitely one. You know, our we always talk about how our generation, like our first system was Nintendo 64, right?
Yeah.
Like the first one where we were there for like the holiday hype. And
Yeah, we the first one that we were of a conscious enough state of mind to anticipate it and like
right. And
yeah.
and Dreamcast would have been next, right? And then PS2 was kind of, if you didn't get a Dreamcast, like when the wave was hot, it kind of got swept under the rug by PS2. That's kind of what happened to Dreamcast. My favorite system of all time, but so you know, a lot of us didn't get a Dreamcast, and some of us got a PS2 when it came out. And so, what kind of memories do you have of PS2? Because it was definitely a big one for our people that are our age.
I think for me, PS2, I got a PS2 late in its cycle. Maybe like midway through the cycle. Like Edmund had one, I think. I was in high school when PS2 was at the height of its popularity. So I was actually removed from video games in a way that I had not been in a long time. Like that was like the only time in my life when I was in high school where I didn't have, because I was in the dorms, right? So I didn't have a PS. Yeah. I couldn't play video games every day. Like I would only be able to play them on the weekends, or we would like play for like an hour at a time during the week at study hall or whatever. But so when I did finally get some time with it, like on the summers, on the weekends, on the whatever, like that was when I realized like, oh, like this is where people start taking video games seriously.
Yeah, man. I was just about to say that. Like, Dreamcast is my favorite system, but definitely was playing like straight up fighting games on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Outside of like Skies of Arcadia, that game was sweet, and some other games. But I think PS2 was the system that really turned me into a gamer, like a real gamer. You know what I mean? Like I played my first Metal Gear Solid game on PS2. You know, there were some sweet fighting games on there, but just like Prince of Persia and like Resident Evil and like PS2 was the system I think that turned a lot of us from like casual gamers to like, you know, real gamers on there.
That's when I started to get really intimately familiar with Tekken as well.
Tekken, yep, for sure.
Because I took so the first half of college also was, or actually just my freshman year of college was the last year of the PS2 generation, or like its lifespan, because Xbox 360 and PS3 came out shortly thereafter. But I played that shit a lot, man. Tekken 5, I like really started to get into like the meta game, started to learn the combos, and not just the 10 hits. I'm talking about like the sample combos and all of that shit. So, you know, that's when I started to look at video games like, oh, like there's like a meta game. There's like more to it than just, you know, the surface level, for sure.
Yeah, bro. So I just remember. So I did actually get. Me and my brother did get a PS2 for Christmas.
Strong.
And
I'm sure I did too, but I
that
can't
was
remember.
pretty. It was really awesome, man. Because we got. I remember the Christmas getting a Nintendo 64, and then I don't know. Dreamcast is obviously, I talk about it all the time. It's my favorite system of all time. The weird thing about Dreamcast, bro, is I can't really tell you how we got one. Because I know we didn't get it for a holiday, and I know that we didn't get it when it first came out either. So I don't know how the heck we got a Dreamcast. But I do remember, I remember, because the thing I remember about PS2 is that it was one of those things where we had moved, and this was around the time my mom, my stepdad had they were married, and we had just moved into like a new spot not too long ago. So me and my brother were like, there's no way we can't really ask for nothing for Christmas. You know, the parents just moved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember we didn't even ask for a PS2 because we both knew that there was no shot. You know what I mean? And I remember on Christmas morning, opening a game for it first.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm saying? And then being like, wait a minute. Okay. Nothing else in this room matters because there's either this is a cruel mistake because you thought you bought a PlayStation 1 game, you know what I mean? Or there's a PS2 here.
No, they were shaped different, bro. That's PS2 was the first because they were DVDs. Remember, that was the first time that they were
the long case,
and they're still that size to this day, I think.
Word. So shout out to PS2, 20 years, one of the best systems ever for sure. What is your favorite? I guess let me rephrase this. What game do you think you put the most hours in on PS2?
Either Tekken 5 or maybe like a NBA 2K5. I played that a lot.
Yeah, man.
But also
the 2K Sports. I mean,
yeah, it was actually ESPN 2K5 for that 1 year.
Yeah,
that shit. But I think it was either that or like probably Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah,
I played that shit a lot.
I would have to say you know what? I would have to say either Tekken 5, and Tekken 5 is I always played fighting games and I was always pretty good at them, but I think Tekken 5 is the first fighting game where I like put mad time in to be nice at it. And,
hell yeah.
And because Tekken's, we always talk about how scientific the fighting system is on that game. So Tekken 5, I just remember being one of, if not the first fighting game where I was like studying that joint and, you know what I mean, and really trying to get good at it and sitting there going through the tutorial and doing the practice. Like I never do that, you know, and I was the first. I do it now, but that was probably the first time I did it. But you know, I got kind of a dark horse choice for the other game.
Okay.
Beautiful Joe.
Yeah, that's a fire
I
game.
played a ton of Beautiful Joe on PS2. I love that's a sweet game.
It's hard as fuck.
It's super hard. I love Beautiful Joe. I beat the first one. I never beat the second one. The second one has a level where I just never could get past it. I remember that. But Beautiful Joe was a slept on game. That game was dope. So PS2, man, 20 years in the books. We got PS5 on the horizon.
In like 10 days, bro. That shit is about to come out.
Yeah, nuts. Where does PS2 rank on your like all-time favorite gaming consoles?
It's in my top 6, maybe.
Let me see.
Cause I think my top 3, and I'm a sucker for some of the newer shits that like.
Right. Well, PS4 is probably in my top 3 or 4 for sure.
For me, it's Dreamcast, 64, PS4, Switch. Those are my top 4.
Okay.
And maybe PS2. Maybe it's probably gonna be a tie between Xbox 360 and PS2. Because I put a lot of hours in Xbox 360.
I did too, but I just had such a negative. I loved the 360. I liked the first Xbox. They just messed up so much that they kind of ruined my thoughts of them. But looking back,
the 360 was cold. I didn't really like the original Xbox that much because it was just the fucking controller was a monstrosity.
The controller weighed like 8 pounds.
Bro, that shit was ridiculous. But I thought the Xbox 360 was fantastic.
Yeah,
I loved that.
It was dope. It was.
But then it was a wrap after that.
Yeah, I think it would. Definitely Dreamcast for me first. We got the same, like Dreamcast, 64. I'll probably go Dreamcast, 64, Switch, GameCube.
GameCube was good. I never had a GameCube.
I did. My brother did. I love GameCube. GameCube, then probably PS4, then probably. It would be like my number 7 because I think I would have to put 360 ahead of it, but then I would go PS2. So shout out to PS2, man. 20 years old.
Boom.
We're old. Oh yeah, man. And some comic book nerd news. Hey, this is not on our outline, but I got to bring this up real quick. We never did. What are you into currently?
Oh,
I forgot.
nigga,
What are you into, my friend, right now?
what you talking about, bro? I'm a fucking ghost, bro.
Hey, man, we finally linked up and played some Ghost of Tsushima Legends online. Look, man, I wish we would have streamed it.
Oh my god,
me and
dog,
Hero playing Nightmare
bruh.
story mode on there, which is extremely difficult. And me and him were out here looking like just the teamwork.
Bruh.
We had a Sports Center top 10 moment where I went down and the clock was ticking.
So check it. So he was the ninja. He was the assassin, and I usually pick assassin for Nightmare, but I wrote with the samurai this time. And the samurai is a little bit harder to revive people because he doesn't have like a stealth move, and the way that my loadout is set up, I don't have a smoke bomb either. So I tried so he went down, and I tried to resurrect him, but I was in the middle of the fire, right? So I had to like fucking duck around. I had to like shank somebody right quick, and then I went back and tried again, and then the nigga was swinging at me, so I had to fucking duck out of the way. And then I went all the way around the building, and I was like, yo, what's the clock, bro? And this nigga was like, bro, 5 seconds. And I just ran as fast as I could over there and resurrected him with like 0 seconds left,
and
dog.
We won the mission too.
We won and did like everything. We got the
did.
Gozen Scroll.
Yep.
We survived the curse.
Sports Center, bro.
That shit was super hype, dog.
Super Sports Center. It was dope. Yeah, bro. I finally got to put the time in.
Yeah.
They had a raid drop this weekend, and you had to be level 100 to do it. And Hero was like, "Yo, man, what you?" And I was in the process of moving, so I was level 8. But I actually put some hours in on the weekend, and I got to level 100, and so I'm ready to do the raid. Yep. It was, but yeah, man, Ghost of Tsushima. This expansion, bro, like it's so good. Totally would have paid money for it. It's amazing. You guys definitely, if you haven't, I know some of you guys played the game but haven't played the expansion yet. Super worth your time. Play it, do it. They got the different classes. You got your assassins, sweet masks and costumes and everything. You got your hunters, you got your samurai, you got your ronins. Dope classes. I've really only put the time in with assassin so far because I was just trying to get my level up, and I'm stealthy, smoke bomb, assassinate everybody. So that's my game.
I got dual mains, bro. I started off with the assassin, and I think if you put a gun to my head, that's probably the one that I'm slightly better with. But bro, my samurai is a motherfucker too, bro.
I'm about to start working with I want to try the Ronin. Hunter, I'm gonna probably try Hunter next, and then Ronin, then Samurai.
Hunter's cold. I like Hunter a lot.
I'm just nice at sneaking around and assassinating folks with the assassin. So I've been into that too, bro. It's really dope. But one thing I gotta bring up. The I always talk about the Ninja Turtles IDW comics on here. There has been the news of this story called The Last Ronin, and it's been like in speculation for the last like 2 years, where there's a story that's in the future, and there's one turtle left, and they're all dead, and this one turtle has all of their weapons. And it's called The Last Ronin, and everybody, speculated on who they thought would be the last one standing. And the story the first one finally dropped last Wednesday, and it is fire. Y'all got to pick it up. Definitely one of the best Ninja Turtle storylines ever already.
Yep. The
Last Ronin, pick it up. And I got to say this, man. My prediction of who I thought the last Ronin would be, I was right. But I'm not going to spoil it because you guys got to check that out, man.
Yep. No, I haven't. I mean, that got spoiled. But I'll probably.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't. it's not one of the things that was super high on my list, so there was no way I was gonna be able to avoid that spoiler.
Right.
But I'm gonna still read it. It looks dope.
It is, man.
My
It's
only
really dope.
complaint was I felt like it was a little early for the reveal. Don't you think?
I definitely think they revealed it way too early. I don't think they should have did it in the first book. But
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, though, I mean, I
You
guess
still tell a good story.
Yeah, I guess why not? But it would have been dope if they would have made you wait. And, you know what I mean? And then at the end, you find out who it is. That would have been sweet. But yeah, with that said, in other nerd news, Oscar Isaac might be playing Moon Knight. How do you feel about that?
I like it. So I said this on Facebook. Personally, I like it because he's a great actor. He is Moon Knight he's like crazy. I mean, we got to be careful with our language these days. He is someone who has like part of his character is that he is like mentally unwell, right? Like he's got like multiple personalities. He is like a little bit disturbed, and like part of the quirk of his personality is he like has like split personality. Like the Moon Knight like persona is like a different part of him, right? So I think Oscar Isaac has the chops to pull it off. Like,
what's Moon Knight's name? Mark Spector?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
He's actually my brother's favorite comic book character. Shout out to my brother.
Yeah,
Chris.
Moon Knight. I won't be that guy, right?
Hey, well, actually,
I know about Moon Knight, but I'm not like a Moon Knight
not
encyclopedia.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Like I know he's often compared to Batman. I know he's got some ties to like some Egyptian mysticism, and I think Oscar. Oh no, that's not true. I was about to like identify Oscar Isaac. He played an Egyptian person in what's the name of that shit? X-Men All Apocalypse.
Yeah.
But he is not. He is from like Guatemala or something like that.
Okay.
But then Mark Spector also, I think he's just a white guy. So like at least they're making him brown if he's going to be tied into Egyptian mysticism,
Right.
Which I am more comfortable with. They should have just went ahead and made him black. Now that you mention it, you know what I'm saying. But I know for you, like I know you prefer niggas to have a little bit of skill, and you know if we can get Oscar Isaac in the gym a little bit. They're obviously going to use a stunt person because he has a full costume, right? Like, so it's going to be easy. That's probably the reason why they did that. They can put literally anybody in the suit, right?
Yeah.
Like, so.
And that's fine. But you already know how I feel, man. Like, just cast a guy that can fight.
Bro, listen, dog. I don't think they're going to do that,
I
bro.
love Oscar Isaac, and I think he would be a dope fit. But just for the sake of putting on these talented stunt people.
Here's what I think. Because I think you're going to continue to be disappointed. I don't think Hollywood is ever going to go that route.
I don't think they will either.
What I think they should do though is I think that like Hollywood, like if you're someone who is being typecasted as like an action star, like I think there needs to be a movement in Hollywood where these cats like actually spend time doing real training.
Yeah.
And not just like, because there's cats that have done that. Like obviously Wesley Snipes has done it. Keanu Reeves has done it.
I think Ryan Reynolds too.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Definitely Chris Evans too.
Chris Evans, even Spider-Man, even Tom Holland. So I think that it's going in that direction, but I really think folks need to like Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace. He put in a lot of work,
bro. Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying?
Me that?
Even right, bro. Rest in peace. Even I don't know why people hate on Michael B. Jordan like that, but Michael B. Jordan was in there training like to become a boxer for real, right? Like that nigga's muscles were his muscles that he earned by doing work, right? Like, so I think that I would really prefer, because I think Hollywood, I don't know, fuck Hollywood, but like, if you're gonna go that route, right? Like, we have seen what happens when you get a guy who is a trained martial artist and you try to force him, especially if he doesn't speak English, if he is like Asian or from a different culture, when you try to force him to speak English, that shit is like
it's trash.
It's terrible, right?
Yeah.
So either right? This is the same take that I always have with like anime, live action anime.
No, I agree.
It should be either a Japanese language film with subtitles. Like, stop trying to take these folks and force them into these super uncomfortable roles, right? So if you're gonna do that, you're gonna make it American. Then these actors need to be putting in work, like, and then not just for the role. Like, you need to become as a part of your skill set. You're a actor, you're a singer, you're a dancer, and you're a martial artist.
Right, man. You gotta have. Look, bro. I'm right there with you. You gotta have some skills, man. Cause I don't know. I just always revert back to how bad Iron Fist was.
Yeah.
And it was because Finn Jones just was horrible, man.
Wasn't he supposed to be a decent martial artist too, or no? He didn't have no training.
Any training, but that's the problem. Like, why would you cast someone who has no martial arts background to play the best hand-to-hand fighter in the Marvel universe outside of Shang-Chi?
SwordCast fans, watch this.
Uh-oh.
Off the top of your head, giving it 5 seconds, who would you rather cast as Iron Fist right now? Go.
Scott Adkins.
Wait, I didn't think you. I'm wrong. I didn't think you were going to say that. As Iron Fist?
I mean, just as a guy who can fight. Oh, and anyone else? Just for sure. I would have made it an Asian person.
Whose name is?
Louis Tan.
There you go. That's who I thought you were going to say.
Louis Tan, 100%.
Yeah.
If I would have been casting it, I totally would have changed the role to an.
Of course,
to an Asian.
no doubt.
And it would have been Louis Tan. Young,
perfect.
Young, good-looking cat, martial arts expert,
and a good actor.
Fantastic actor.
Yeah, and a good actor.
On top of that,
they exist, bro. They exist. We just see. Here's the thing. They exist, right? Donnie Yen's fantastic actor.
Bro. Daniel Wu.
Daniel Wu's fantastic actor.
Fantastic actor.
Louis Tan,
great actor.
We just need a few more like black American like skilled martial arts.
Really
I'm not even, bro. You don't even have to have a particular rank or belt or anything. Just like be a skilled athlete.
Just be skilled. Put some work in. Do some research. Do some training.
Be a skilled athlete who can learn. Right. Be some. And I think that's not even that big of an ask, right? Like if part of your brand as an actor is to be like this statuesque like action hero, you're expected to stay in shape. So part of being able to stay in shape should be training combat training. Right. You should be adept at combat training. That should be a part of your role. You're part of your regiment as you keep your body in good shape is to be, especially if you're going to be doing roles where you got to fight.
Bro.
You got to be skilled. You have to put in training and become adept. You don't need to be an MMA fighter, but you need to become adept and skilled at combat in general.
Like, why you bring this up?
You brought this up.
Did I?
Yeah.
Dang it. Bro, and Louis Tan was in Iron Fist. He had like a cameo.
That's true. He was.
How could you not cast them
white,
bro? And then the guy that had played Davos was whack too. Like, y'all could have had Louis Tan play Danny, and y'all could have had like Iko Uwais play Davos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
What are we really doing here?
I don't know, bro.
Oh my gosh. All right.
All right.
Moving on before I just have a brain aneurysm thinking about that. This is kind of interesting, bro. I can go first if you need time to think.
I got one.
What's like a sweet theory that you had about something like a show?
Bro, what? I got all of them.
But what's a dope theory that you had, but it turned out that it wasn't the case? It wasn't right, but it was a theory that you had that was dope.
Bro, so many, bro. So I'll give you one just to show off a little bit.
Word.
I'll give you one off the top of my head, Mass Effect.
Okay.
I know you're not a Mass Effect guy, but I'll just those are the fans who are Mass Effect fans. I was one of the first niggas ever to call the indoctrination theory with Shepard. It would have made the story make so much more sense. There's reason to believe that the original script was going to go that direction, but they changed it because fuck you. I don't know. For the sake of time, I won't go into explaining it, but like it turned out to not be true. Now, pick a lore, and I will give you a theory that I've had. Just pick one.
Star Wars.
I mean, shit, bro. Like, let's start with the easy ones, right? Who would have been a good parent figure for for Rey. I love the what they actually did until JJ retconned it, which was just her being a person chosen by the Force.
Right.
Perfect, brilliant. However, what would have been dope, and there was room for it, and there was like hints at it, and I think JJ Abrams did this shit on purpose because there was an article that came out that said that they were flirting with it was either gonna be Emperor Palpatine or Kenobi,
Right.
Kenobi's granddaughter. And that would have, because they dropped the tease because when she picked up the lightsaber in episode 7,
Yeah, Force Awakens.
you can hear
Yeah,
Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan's
say,
voice.
"These are your first steps." Right?
Yeah.
You could tell that was J.J. Abrams with his dumbass. Well, I'm not gonna say his, I like the mystery box sometimes, but you know how I feel about this. They made the mistake of not having it cohesive.
Yeah. And then, different
Right.
story.
Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna do what I want, but whatever. So that was him dropping the hint, like, "Hey guys, like you should do fucking
Right.
Kenobi." Like, nigga, why don't you just tell them that's what you're doing?
Right.
Y'all just decide. Hey guys, here's what we're doing.
Oh man.
All right, go make the movie. Like, nigga, what the fuck y'all talking about? Anyway, so that's me. What about you?
So for me, right, a dope theory that I once had that was not true. I had like this crazy, for all my Avatar, Last Airbender / Legend of Korra fans, right? If you watch Legend of Korra season 1, the villain is Amon, and Amon is this really, really dope villain who has the ability to take people's bending away. And I mean, obviously later on, a spoiler alert for like a 10-plus-year-old show. You find out that he does it via blood bending, right? He's able to blood bend people and take their bending away. But a theory that I had was that I had this crazy elaborate theory that in Avatar, The Last Airbender, in the Crossroads of Destiny last episode of book 2, when Azula shoots Azula.
Yeah.
When Azula shoots Aang with the lightning in the back when he's in the Avatar state and kills him.
Yeah.
Katara has to bring him back to life, basically. The theory that I had was when she did that, a new Avatar was born. And then she brung Aang back to life, though. So then I had a theory that, like, there was another Avatar who was born and, like, grew up. And when it was Amon, and that's why Amon was able to take away people's bending. Obviously, that wasn't true because
That's
that's
fire.
not what happened. But that was the theory that I had, and I thought that would have been pretty dope.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So, yeah, man, nerd theories. Yo, Assassin's Creed is getting a Netflix show. How you feel about that?
Bro, I love
And I
Assassin's
already
Creed.
know you love Assassin's Creed, and I know which one you would like them to do the show on, but I'm sure they won't. But
Bruh.
how you feel about it?
Nigga.
I already knew
Nigga.
that was coming.
I'm trying to send you niggas to the doo-wop, goddammit. Fucking my man. You gotta go. I mean, obviously they won't, but in
Right.
my perfect world, they would go with the Egyptian assassin. I mean, he was black, bro.
Bruh, he was.
He was all the way black, bro. And I love the fact.
I mean, but why? Okay, why would you not though? There's so many shows that are done in that world and in that time period and in that place in the world of the first Assassin's Creed. You know what I'm saying?
What when you say the first Assassin's Creed, you're talking about like the with well, the first one was with not Ezio, Altair, which was
Yeah.
back in like the medieval,
Yeah,
or like the
outside
Altair.
I think
it was in the Crusade, so that was
Yeah.
like King
and
Richard and all.
and what I'm saying is there's a lot of content that exists in that time period and place in the world as well.
Yep.
Right. I just think it would be such a different spin, especially if it's casted appropriately.
There's almost no chance that they're gonna go back to. They're probably gonna do something new. They're probably gonna do a new character altogether because it's either gonna be Altair or Ezio. Now, actually, here's what I don't want them to do. I love Ezio. Ezio is everybody's favorite assassin. He's the one from the Italian Renaissance. We have seen that, right? we've seen that period. We've seen all kind of content in that era. If they're gonna do Altair, I would love for them to go get an Arabic motherfucker, like a straight up nigga from like Lebanon.
Right.
Altair, God damn it, you know what I'm saying? Because he was like Muslim, and they never said it in the Assassin's Creed lore, but like it was set during the Crusades, and like the Crusades was when the Christians, King Richard and all of them were basically at war
around killing people.
Right, they were basically at war with the the Islamic like kingdom or leadership. Then there, they were trying to spread Christianity
to the world,
and like they positioned the assassins as neutral or whatever, but they made the Crusaders, right, the Knights of the Templar, they were the bad guys, which would follow logically that Altair and them fucking Arabic ass niggas was Muslim, right? And can you imagine like the message that would send right now? Like white folks would be terrified, and I would be here for it.
My son's not playing this game.
The sand niggas, like bro.
Hey, wait a minute.
Mustafa, come here.
Your sand niggers are bad guys. They're not good.
Right, bro. I would love to see that. Go get show like some depth in like the Islamic faith, right? Like have that be like a central arc to get that portrayed in a dope light, bro. Like
be fire.
That should be, and get
fire.
Get somebody like, I mean, he's not a big enough star, but like I could totally see Mustafa Ali playing that role,
bro. And I mean, it's not like he can't act. He's a pro wrestler.
He's a pro wrestler, but he's obviously they're not checking for him. But like, get Rami Malek, the guy from Mr. Robot. Like, get like brown, like, I mean, he's fantastic in Mr. Robot. Get like a brown, like Arabic, the dude from the guy who played even. You're not gonna like this that I'm gonna pull this reference, but
oh boy,
the guy who played Zuko in the Avatar movie that doesn't really exist in real life.
Stop it.
You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, like get you like a really good.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, I know it never happened. But anyways,
Avatar movie.
The one, right? I don't know.
No. Not gonna be able to do it. I got the fuck out of here.
Negative sounds overload.
Right.
Goodness.
So one thing I will say about the Assassin's Creed movie, and I said this on Facebook or Netflix show, a lot of the people who like Assassin's Creed, they tend to like the Assassin's Creed, the like old timey historical go back in time and kill people part, which is cool. That's the gameplay, right? But you know me, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, actually,
I like the sweaty.
Need that history lore. I need that.
Bro, I need the ancient alien, super sci-fi, sweaty ass first civilization lure. I need all of that.
Word.
Don't shy away from that shit, bro. Make it like go there, bro. Do not just make it, because then it's just a period piece about some old assassins that stab niggas. Like, cool, but we've seen that shit before, bro. There's all kind of stuff like that. You got the Vikings shit. You got the fucking the pirates move. Like, you got all kind of stuff that's in that world and feels like that.
Tons of
Blend it with some sci-fi. That's what makes Assassin's Creed dope. That's what makes the story so engaging. That's what makes it stand out, is because it's this really high science fiction, like juxtaposed in this like ancient world. It's a brilliant idea. I think it's one of the most original ideas ever. Now, have they run it into the ground a little bit? Yeah, but fuck it. It's dope. I'll allow it. But yeah, give me and then if you really want to make your boy happy, give me all the black. Give me Altair.
Yep.
Give me my nigga from the I can't think of his name for some reason, which is gonna drive me crazy. But yeah, man,
I'd be here for it.
I would love that.
Yo, man, Cyberpunk got delayed again.
Trash.
This is gonna make you mad at me.
Bro, I've already seen both you and go ahead.
Are they ducking Ghost of Tsushima for Game of the Year?
No.
No, they're not. They're not, bro.
Okay,
I think
I'll say this. Obviously, y'all know how I feel about Ghost. It's my favorite game of all time. No lie. I think it's a bona fide Game of the Year. But I will say this.
Duh.
I will say this. I think that this is kind of, and this move could have nothing to do with Ghost, but I'm kind of looking at it as a respect thing. Like, y'all, this game deserves to win Game of the Year.
Okay. So unfortunately, I would love to believe that, but I think here's what it is. I think that they probably, in addition to what I'm about to say next, were like, and also a nice side effect of this is that y'all niggas get to win. Right. And they might not even, Ghost of Tsushima still has comp with The Last of Us Part 2, which was fire, bro. That shit was cold. It wasn't better than Ghost of Tsushima to me, but it wasn't weak. That shit was really, really good. Bro, they got air combos in it, kind of. Kinda. I mean, there's some sneaking and some stealth. I think you would like it. It's really sad, so maybe you wouldn't.
I'm not a zombie guy.
Yeah, me neither. But it ain't, bro. I know I must sound like a Walking Dead ass nigga, but it actually isn't really about the zombies at all. They're just in the background. But anyways, I think in addition to what really is going on, they might have said, oh, and that might be a nice thing too, is that these other games will have a shot because CD Projekt Red, they are the shit, but they also know that they're the shit, and they're like, bro, we'll drop this shit whenever we feel like it, and we're gonna win Game of the Year. They are saying that the problem is that they started making this game, and when you make a game like this that's gonna go across multiple systems, you make it for the highest end first. You make it for the PC first, where you can max out everything, and then you scale it down from there. These niggas put so much shit in this game that they like are not able to scale it down to PS4 or Xbox One. That's why they're having a hard time. And I read something today that said that the CD Projekt Red CEO is uncomfortable but confident with the December 21st release date, which means that they might push it back a fourth time again, which would be ridiculous. So my reaction to this is like, I think it's super fortunate for Ghost. I think they are the leader in the clubhouse. I do think that if The Last of Us won, I would be disappointed, but I don't think it would surprise many people, just because of how much the critics love that game, and just also it'll piss off a lot of fanboys. But also, this shit. My reaction to it is kind of like, bro, niggas is disappointed about this shit, bro. Like, niggas have been looking forward to this shit for like 10 years, literally like 8 years. Right. And at this point, like, we understand why you're pushing it back, but there's only so much you can ask your fan base, your loyal fan base, who's already made this game go gold. Already, it's not even out yet, to push their expectations back and not expect them to feel some type. Like the first 2 times, like, all right, okay, I get it. You got to make sure that shit is dope. No problem. Go do your thing. Right. Now y'all niggas talking about a third and possibly a fourth time. Like, no. Like, sure, we're still going to buy it, but like, you can't, it's perfectly reasonable for niggas to be upset. Like, that's totally reasonable. Like, are we still going to buy it? Of course. But like, nah, like, let me feel some type of way for a minute. Like Bill Burr said, nigga, come sit down and take your talking to. Like, nigga, take responsibility. That shit was whack. Say you're sorry and get the fucking work and get the shit right. Like, it's no big. It is kind of a big deal, but all you got to do is like, don't act like this shit isn't a big deal to people, because it is.
Because it is.
Totally is.
Man. I agree. I agree, bro. And I mean, we'll see what happens, but they may possibly push it back again. But with that said, it is time for Heroes Hot Take.
Boom. You know how we do this, bro. No prep. I haven't thought about anything. I have a themed hot take or an anti-hot take that we're gonna talk about next. But do you know how it is, bro? I don't need no prep, bro. Just give me a fandom.
Somebody mad.
Give me a lore. Give me a topic, and I'll give you a hot take. It doesn't have to be about. Give me a topic about anything in life, nigga. Hey, you motherfuckers, who got an opinion about anything? Who got an opinion about whatever? Goddamn it, I disagree. What you got?
Man. Here we go, bro. Hero, give me a hot take about Star Trek.
Ooh. Dog, I got every single take about Star. All right, look. The first, bro, I could do the rest of the show on this. I can literally talk for an hour about this, but I'll keep it light. The first one, Benjamin Lafayette Sisko is Starfleet's greatest captain ever. Period.
You might have to. That might have required some activation as well.
Hold on, I got you. For my Star Trek cats, Jean-Luc Picard, everybody knows him. Captain Kirk. I don't. Real niggas don't give a fuck. Captain Kirk was a clown, bro. Get out of here. But anyways, it's a 2-man race between Picard and Sisko. Bro, Picard never had stakes as high as the ones in Deep Space Nine. They even sent this nigga Picard. They sent him away from the battlefield during the Dominion War. I know now. It's like, nigga, what the fuck y'all talking about? And he was not present. You know who was present front and center? Fucking Benjamin Sisko. Even Captain Janeway took her crew all the way from, and I love Picard by the way, but took her crew all the way through the Delta Quadrant, defeated the Borg, and made it back. Right. The feats that these captains have relative to Captain Picard, it's not even close. And this nigga managed to do it. He was I'm going to end with that. He was black. He was a captain of a commander, then graduated to captain of a space station and one of the best fleets in the ship, one of the best ships in the fleet. He was also a literal god. He was a religious figure who managed to juggle being a religious figure, a Starfleet military genius, and a single black father.
And he was a dad.
A single black father, and still had time to come back home every night and cook his son and girlfriend gumbo every fucking night. This nigga Benjamin Lafayette Sisko is Starfleet's greatest captain of all time. Shout out to Avery Brooks. Also went to my alma mater, Oberlin College. When I turn 50 or 70 or however old he is, I'm trying to turn into that nigga, bro. He is the man. Shout out to Avery Brooks.
That's what's up. So let me just say this: is that I'm not a Trekkie, but I am familiar with some Star Trek stuff. So is Picard like widely considered as just a favorite, or is he also considered as like the greatest captain as well?
Both.
Okay.
But I think to the average Star Trek fan, because Picard was the most popular, even more than Kirk. Like everybody, the Next Generation is the one that was at the peak of like the cultural zeitgeist, and he was the captain of that. He was the star of that show. But in terms of like real Star Trek nerds, most people actually agree that it's a 2-man race between Picard and Sisko. But a lot of people who really, really, really fuck with Star Trek will put Sisko at the top.
Yeah, because like with Star Wars, right? Like Luke is kind of the casual fan, everybody. But most people who really mess with Star Wars would say Obi-Wan is the Jedi of the greatest Jedi. So, all right, man.
You got a quick hot take?
Give me a anything. Give me a lore, a fandom.
All right. I got one relative to what we were talking about before air. Give me a hot take about basketball.
Oh my gosh. Oh, here we go.
And then KCP about to get some money, about to make
Stop it.
mad.
Stop it.
He about to make $15 million.
I got a hot take about basketball. Look, man. Stop putting asterisks next to Kevin Durant's championships.
Oh. Yoga, fire.
Stop it. That man is a hooper. That man went and played for I don't care if he went and played for the team that beat him. Okay, Kevin Durant stays out of the media. He is just a basketball player. If I'm a hooper and I'm a free agent, guess where I want to go play? The team with the cool player coach, the team that plays a fun up and down brand of basketball, and the team that wins games. That's where I want to go play. That's where I'm going to play at. Okay?
Checks out to me.
Stop putting that. And on top of that, he he balled out in the finals.
Yeah, he flat out conquered LeBron James.
He flat out.
He defeated him in battle.
Yeah, I don't care who. And he was cold blooded, dog. He hit the one game, came down, hit the dagger
In LeBron's face.
in LeBron's mouth.
Prime
look,
LeBron.
And I super respect LeBron. I'm not a LeBron hater or anything. I actually have the utmost respect for him. I think he's amazing. But stop disrespecting Kevin Durant, man. Stop doing it. Stop. The man has 2 championships, and the man was the best player on the floor in those championships. They're his. Leave him alone.
There it is. I agree.
Yes, sir. Hey, man. Fun time. It's time for You Can Only Pick 3.
Wait, hold on. Before we do that,
Uh-oh.
we got to talk about Mando, dog.
Oh, I skipped.
We got to talk about Mando,
I
bro.
skipped it. My bad.
It's all good, man. All right,
Mando. Oh, my goodness. Let's
it
go. Just like.
Well, actually, so you start us off. You give us your rundown of the show, and then
Hey,
I have a point to make.
I got you. Hey, look, just like last time when I gotta say, I love that they do it one episode at a time.
Yes, bro.
I love that they don't follow the Netflix model of dropping the whole season at once, because now here we are experiencing the show together in real time. So
Appointment television.
if you guys have not seen episode 1 of Mandalorian, it's going to be, if you have been listening to the show for a long time, for season 1, we cover every episode. So you might want to skip ahead a little bit because we're going to talk about it.
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning right now. But episode 1, Mandalorian season 2, I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Again, bro, they right off the bat, you are reminded that this is like a movie budget show. You know what I mean? Just the visual quality of everything. And I gotta tell you, man, I loved this episode. I thought it was dope. I loved the way it just started off with some. Oh, yeah, I forgot that Mando be out here scrapping. You know what I mean? It started off with some action. Mm-hmm. It was dope. And again, man, sweet, just a dope adventure. Some really cool Easter eggs in there. And then obviously the ending was amazing. I do have a question. Mm-hmm. This creature, what I could have missed it. I don't know. Is there any relation to this creature in the Sarlacc?
Yes, I think so. Okay. Yes, I'll stop there.
Okay.
And then I'll talk about that more.
All right. But yeah, man, I love this episode. I thought it was just the pilot for season 1 was really good, and I thought this was on that same level. Thought it was great. So, what were your thoughts on this episode?
I agree. I thought it was fantastic for all the same reasons. But we need to talk about the ending.
Yes.
The whole episode, really.
The whole episode.
So
was great.
even off top, right? He goes to the fight, talks to the mob boss or whoever that was, and was like, "All right, I do know of one Mandalorian on Tatooine." So immediately you're like, he's got to be talking about Boba Fett, right? He's got to be
100%.
And so like they go back to Tatooine, and it's like, all right, like, it becomes even more obvious that they're talking about Boba Fett, and then you see the armor, and it's like, all right, like,
It's like, okay,
y'all niggas ain't about to fucking reveal Boba Fett,
Right.
Like,
That's what I thought the whole time. I was just like, okay, Tatooine, okay, Boba Fett's armor, okay,
Right,
what are we really
like,
doing
and they
here?
kept teasing it. They
And
kept teasing it the whole episode.
They teased it.
Now, so the connection between the Krayt Dragon and the Sarlacc pit is, remember, they found him in a Sarlacc pit cave or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I think Mando said there's no such thing as an abandoned Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
And one of the guys said, well, not if you eat the Sarlacc pit. So the Krayt Dragon ate the Sarlacc pit. And immediately I was like, and I was actually mad at that because, I get a little bit, I don't know. It's a little bit, when you start spoon feeding me fan service, it's like, all right,
all right, bro.
Okay. Yes, I remember that. I remember that Boba Fett died in the Sarlacc pit.
got ate by a Sarlacc pit.
So I was mad at it at first,
Right.
and then I was like, them niggas is really driving home his Boba Fett shit. So he gets the armor after they finish their adventure,
which was fire. By the way,
it was it was really cold.
It was
How they
really
figured, how they yeah.
And then you get the little Easter egg. Hey, I'm not the one. Also, let me say this: we always talk about how sweet it is that Mando is like a legitimate, real Mandalorian, and just the whole cultural aspect of him being like, yo, like you have to give that
come
armor.
up off
You
that
have
shit.
to give that armor to me because it doesn't belong to you.
I will kill you.
I'll kill you.
Actually, like I'm not fucking around, bro. Like, hand me that shit now. You know what I'm saying? I get to kill you if you refuse.
I absolutely loved that.
Yeah.
And then you get the little, hey, I'm not the one that broke that, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Y'all done put Boba Fett teasers in my face this whole episode.
So I was getting irritated with that shit until the end, obviously. And so you get this shot of and even up until the last second, I was like, bro, they gonna keep teasing this shit,
bro, with no payoff.
and I even thought so what I thought they were gonna do was set up another tease, like, oh, we want you to think that that's Boba Fett, and then turn around and it's fucking whoever, just some jackass,
some dude.
like, and then you turn around and see the face of Teemu Morrison, and instantly I'm like, bro, that's the guy who played Jango Fett.
Yeah,
Jango Fett is the seed of the clone armor who specifically asked for a clone named Boba to raise by himself,
but to be his son.
To be his son, and it would follow logically that he would have the exact same face as Jango Fett,
100%.
which 100% confirms that was Boba Fett. Now,
100%.
We are famously hard on Boba Fett.
Yes.
Now, here is the hero anti-take.
Okay.
I am prepared to listen and see what happens.
Hey.
Because my only beef with Boba Fett, and me and Edmund had a back and forth about this over text yesterday. My only beef with Boba Fett was that his popularity
it doesn't go hand in hand with his
relative to his on-screen feats.
On-screen feats at all.
It was crazy disproportionate, popular for no reason.
Just off it was the toy and
he just looked cool.
And he looks awesome. But
so
this is I'm here for the same exact thing that you just said. Like I'm ready to sit down and watch and listen. And this could be a very good redemption.
I'll say this,
chance for Boba Fett.
If what we have here is more than just a cameo, and we have a dope ass story told by, because he looks awesome.
He looks fantastic.
Teemu Morrison, that nigga looks like who I would think Boba Fett would look like, 100%.
And not only is that dope, but I mean, we've seen him before. Broly, right? Broly was this sweet character, but he didn't have any story.
Well, it's a little different for me because I like the.
Well, I know you like
Broly.
the trash Broly, but
I thought that nigga was cool just because he was whooping Vegeta's ass.
But what I'm saying is, it's never too late for a character to get kind of a new backstory.
Absolutely not. I'm gonna sit down and watch this story, and what I'm telling you is, famously, we have made the point that Boba Fett is not a real Mandalorian, and he isn't. But canon, technically, he's not. So that's probably gonna play a role here.
Yeah.
Well, there's controversy whether he is or not, because Jango Fett in canon, I think, was not a real Mandalorian. He came across the armor somehow and passed it down to Boba Fett. But if what we have here by the end of this series is more than just a cameo, and that nigga is in it and like is playing a role either as a villain or a hero, it doesn't really matter as long as the story is dope and we see some cold ass Boba Fett like savagery
he needs
that matches the legend. Then I will be willing to withdraw the Boba Fett hot take and accept that this nigga is cold. I will be willing to do that. I'm not automatically gonna, because we ain't seen shit yet.
We haven't seen anything.
It could still just be a cameo. Like, here you go. Here's your payoff, which is cool. But I want to see more, and if it turns out to be a dope ass story, hey, look, I ain't got nothing but I will be open to having nothing but respect for Boba Fett. You heard it here. This is an official withdrawal of a hot take, bro.
Boba Fett has a chance to escape the SwordCast Hall of Shame.
If he turns, because bro, I'm really
sweet. I'm here for
impressed with how they did that shit.
Me too.
And I'm like, all right, bro. He came off the bench. He came into the game and hit 2 threes in a row. So you can't pull him yet, bro. He's hot. You just got to see what he's gonna do.
Yet. Man, I'm just excited for this season. This is gonna be dope. So make sure y'all check out Mandalorian season 2, episode 1. It was fire.
Boom.
Hey man, it's time for You Can Only Pick 3.
It's
time for You Can Only Pick 3. Yeah. It's time for You Can Only Pick 3.
Fucking monkey. Oh. Well, I'm about to make some people mad off top with this one.
Oh boy, it is time for You Can Only Pick 3.
Okay. Boom. Got it. Got it.
Staying on
How can I download
the
this?
20th year anniversary of PlayStation 2, we got kind of a random group of some PS2 games here.
Yeah.
You Can Only Pick 3 PlayStation 2 games edition.
Boom. Oh, I can just drag and drop. I didn't know that.
Drag and drop.
Here we go.
Drag and drop. Ooh, that would be a sweet name for a finisher.
Yeah, dog. The drag and drop. All right, here we go.
Let's go.
So we got Grand Theft Auto 3,
Okay.
the fake father of open world games, because y'all niggas know who the real progenitor of this shit
Shenmue,
was.
baby.
Shenmue. But respect to Grand Theft Auto 3 because it definitely took it to the next level.
It did.
God of War, beloved PlayStation franchise. I'll talk more about that in a second.
Yep.
Shadow of the Colossus, one of the most underrated games of all time,
That
bro.
game was awesome.
Bro, so dope, dog.
I love that game.
So dope. Shout out to my homie Pierce, who put me on Shadow of the Colossus. Prince of Persia, another sort of action adventure in the vein of a God of War. Kind of gave some ancestral bones of Assassin's Creed a little bit, like aesthetically. Metal Gear Solid 3, obviously Kojima. Solid Snake's one of my favorite characters of all time.
Yes, sir.
One of my favorite fictional characters, period, regardless of genre. Like,
Okay.
just love all of that whole world. Tekken 5, we just talked about that shit. My second favorite Tekken now, because Tekken 7 is basically Tekken 5, but with like extra characters. So I'm here for that. Resident Evil 4. Never a big Resident Evil guy, but I hear that a lot of people really like this. And I remember my college roommate played Resident Evil 4 a lot.
Okay.
I remember that this was either the one that everybody hated or it was the one that everybody loved. I don't remember which.
4 was good.
Okay. And then you got Soul Calibur 2, another Namco title. This was
Welcome back
to
to the stage of history.
I put a lot of hours into Soul Calibur 2.
Me too,
actually,
bro.
now that you mention it.
The console specific cameos.
This is the one with Hihachi, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
fuck yeah.
GameCube had Link.
Yep. And
So
Xbox had
cool.
Spawn.
Dog.
Holy shit.
Soul Calibur 2 is a heater.
Yeah. And then Ratchet and Clank, kind of a platformer. I'll be honest, look, bro, I was in college when this shit came out. I wasn't about to play no fucking platformers. I wasn't about to play Spyro the Dragon, even though that game was cold.
Wasn't about to play Sly Cooper.
No, not as a 20-year-old, or how old was I? Like a 17-year-old? No, not gonna be able to do it.
Not gonna be able to do it.
But I hear it's cold. I hear it's really good. I also, I'm not allowed to give out any names, but I happen to know one of the people who works on this game. One of my friend's partners works on this game, and she is one of the only black, like, lead female designers of video games in like the whole world, which is awesome. So shout out to her. I think that's right. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But shout out to you. Awesome. Boom. Now, so for my top, this is actually going to be pretty easy, bro. I got two. Okay. Yeah, this will be pretty easy. I got two, like, instant, no question keepers. Metal Gear Solid 3, Tekken 5, no question. Now, that leaves us with like 7 different joints vying for one spot. And it's easy because some of these I haven't played. Resident Evil 4, Never played that.
Okay.
Ratchet and Clank, never played that.
I'm surprised. I'm kind of surprised you never played Resident Evil 4.
Zombies, not a big zombie guy.
Okay.
Not a big fucking scary whatever. I don't know.
Jump scare.
Fucking. It's just a loud noise, bro. Like whatever. I was never into the Resident Evil like that.
Okay.
Prince of Persia, I've played it, but I never owned it. So
Okay.
I didn't spend a lot of time with it, but I recognize it as one of the all-time greats. Hey man, look, bro, here it comes, man.
Yoga, fire.
God of War. Most overrated series of all time.
Holy crap.
I think that shit is real okay. Now, mind you, God of War 4 was really fucking good. I played it and I admitted it. I was all right, this shit cold. But it's a whole different type of game, right? Like that, because what it is Devil May Cry, but like not as good, bro. I think Devil May Cry does the God of War stuff, but better. Like it's just the big Bayonetta style, like kill everybody on screen with crazy, ridiculous, like, bro, I don't care about that
weapons.
shit. Like, and everybody loves, and I shout out to the fact that Kratos was played by a black man. He was played by Kyle from Living Single, which is dope. But I just, I don't give a fuck about Greek mythology like that. Like, stop telling these same old ancient white stories. Like, let's make a game about black mythology. I'm gonna keep saying this shit. I was in college when this shit was hot, so I was like getting activated for the first time around then, right? Like I was getting super woke. Sorry, that's kind of fucking went to Oberlin College. God damn it, safe spaces and nigga LGBTQ communication, bro. They got me out. And listen, I'll be honest, bro. I was one of those guys in college, in high school that used to call everything gay. Oh man, that shit is so gay. Right. Nigga, I came to Oberlin. Nigga set me down. It was like, look,
like you need to grow up.
You need to shut the fuck up, nigga. They got me together immediately, and I was like, okay, you're right.
Oh my goodness,
I was not being a good ally, but anyways, I'm not interested in that story. Like even the Viking direction that they went in, I wasn't particularly interested in, like the mythology piece. It told a very good story about the father and son piece, and like the action was really good, the graphics were really good. It was a good game. I was just never into God of War like that, and so that does not make my list in the first upset of the day.
Wow.
So that really is now gonna come down to Shadow of the Colossus and Grand Theft Auto 3.
Ooh.
Now, usually in a situation like this where there's two games that I really, really like, I would usually go with the one that I spent the most time with. Now, I never owned either one of those games. Okay. But what I did do in high school, niggas used to pirate Grand Theft Auto 3. We used to play that shit all the time. We used to pirate it, install it on your computer, and then you used to play that shit all the time. Now, I'm actually going to break away from that rule. Okay. And I'm going to go Shadow of the Colossus instead of Grand Theft Auto 3. And the reason why is because, for one, I'm so loyal to Shenmue that I can't, like, shout out to Grand Theft Auto 3 is one of the most influential games of all time, but Shenmue laid down Shenmue laid down its jacket over the puddle so Grand Theft Auto 3 can walk over it. But Shadow of the Colossus, bro, like I remember I got some good memories with that game because that was when me and my homie Pierce, who was my dad's student in North Carolina, he's like a big brother figure to me. He and I bonded over this game. I remember I was hanging out with him and he showed me this game and I was like, yo, this is some of the most creative shit I've ever seen. And I just got a lot of good memories of that game, a lot of positivity attached to it. So it's going to make the list for me. So I'm going to go Shadow of the Colossus, Metal Gear Solid 3, Tekken 5 are the three that I'm keeping. Boom.
I like it, man. So let's go. Grand Theft Auto 3 obviously was a game changer for a lot of people our age.
Oh, fuck. I completely missed Soul Calibur. That still probably wouldn't. I mean, it would have been close.
Oh, no, we talked about Soul Calibur.
But I didn't like.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, it doesn't change anything, but it actually would have been second. It would have come down between Soul Calibur and Shadow of the Colossus, but I still would pick Shadow of the Colossus.
Got it. Yeah, man. Grand Theft Auto. I mean, we all had fun playing it. I actually preferred Vice City if I had to pick one of those. So that would knock Grand Theft Auto 3 out for me because I would rather have Vice City. God of War 2, man. I kind of feel the same way about God of War as you do. Don't hate me, guys, but I'm not a big God of War person. I feel the same way. I just think Devil May Cry does the whole like overly large weapon, kill everything kind of better. And
I agree.
And I think Dante's a cooler character than
Ooh,
Kratos.
that's a real hot take.
Sorry.
I'm Kratos and I'm mad. That's all.
At least Dante's like got the kind of the anime edgelord thing.
Bruh,
going
Dante is
for him.
basically just Spike Spiegel,
He is, bro.
but edgier.
I don't know. That's how I feel. So sorry. Shadow of the Colossus. I mean, bro, this game is so creative. It was so cool back when I first played it, and it just reminds me like you can't tell me that games like Horizon Zero Dawn and didn't kind of get influenced by Shadow of the Colossus. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. Hell yeah.
So I love that game. Prince of Persia. I spent a lot of time on Prince of Persia, man. Super dope. I kind of think that these Prince of Persia games were kind of the influence for Assassin's Creed.
At least aesthetically.
At least, yeah, exactly. Metal Gear Solid 3, man, it's just the story, the setting, the characters, the plot. It was like Metal Gear Solid 3 reminds me of like Neon Genesis Evangelion because it's like so super over. It was over my head when I first played it, but I loved it. I thought it was amazing. I really liked Metal Gear Solid 2, but 3 was definitely I think the better game.
Snake.
It was amazing. Tekken 5, let's go. This is gonna be my first keeper right here. Tekken 5. We always talk about Tekken. I was just saying earlier how I think this is probably the first fighting game where I really put in like I really got in the gym and got some shots up with Tekken 5, so I could be really really good at it. And it was dope. I put a lot of hours into Tekken 5. So my first keeper is gonna be Tekken 5. Resident Evil 4. Great game, not a big horror guy, not a big zombie guy. So I can do without Resident Evil 4. Soul Calibur 2, man, we just talked about earlier, it looked so good too, man. Like it was a really good upgrade from the first one. For
sure.
And just the console exclusive like cameo characters, Heihachi, Spawn, Link, Link from Legend of Zelda, really dope. I'm gonna keep Soul Calibur 2.
Oh,
That's gonna be my second keeper. Ratchet and Clank, fun. I played it. I don't think I owned it. I think I rented it. It was a cool, fun game, but like you said, bro, like what are we doing here with these quirky platform games?
fucking robot. God damn it. Let's jump around and stuff.
I'm a cat with crazy guns. Meow. Meow. But yeah, so my first two keepers, I'm keeping Tekken 5 and keeping Soul Calibur 2. And it's going to be between Metal Gear Solid 3, Prince of Persia, and Shadow of the Colossus. Mm-hmm. I'm going with, like I said, I think Metal Gear Solid 2 was my first Metal Gear game, and I thought it was amazing. But after playing that and getting and owning Metal Gear Solid 3, it took me so long to beat that game.
It was hella long.
But I gotta go with Metal Gear Solid 3, man. So that's my keepers. I'm going with Tekken 5, Soul Calibur 2, and Metal Gear Solid 3. We're gonna post this on Instagram, man. Y'all tell us which 3 y'all keeping.
Bro, remember at the end of Metal Gear Solid 3 when he fought the boss?
Bro, crazy ending.
Oh, not even that. But the first time he fought the boss when she just dismantled that nigga, bro. She had all the hands,
You
bro.
had her on your villains.
Cold.
One of the best villains.
Cold.
The former master of Snake.
Dismantling that nigga, bro.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying? Dismantled that nigga. Just literally took him apart.
How has there never been a Metal Gear Solid film?
They've been trying to do it for years.
How has it not been a thing?
I don't know. But there is one in development right now.
We deserve it.
Okay, quick. Who do you cast as Solid Snake?
Oh, Snake. Tom Hardy.
Oh, brilliant. I love it. I wouldn't have thought of him, but I love that.
Who would you?
For the longest time, so he was based off of Kurt Russell, but he's way too old.
He's too old.
For the longest time, I was thinking not Chris. There's a fan art of Chris Evans as Snake.
I was just about to say Chris Evans would actually maybe even be better.
He looks amazing. So I love Tom Hardy because he could do the voice. Because he's such a great actor. He can do the voice. But for the longest time,
Chris Evans got the action chops too.
What's my nigga? Why can't I think of his name?
Who?
The guy who played Batman.
Ben Affleck.
No, before him.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus Christ! Why can I not think of his name? The Prestige. Do I really? Am I really gonna have to stoop as low as to look this shit up?
Hey man, you're trash.
Right. This is embarrassing. That I can't. Fucking Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale.
You punk. Yeah. For the longest time, Christian Bale.
He kind of has the look.
He definitely has the look.
How old is he now? He's about 40.
When we first started talking about a Metal Gear Solid movie, this was like
he was
15 years ago, and he would have been perfect for it. But I really like Chris Evans. I love Tom Hardy though. I mean, he could. Bro, Tom Hardy could play whatever he wants.
He could, bro. But I think Chris Evans is the guy.
Have you seen the fan art of it?
No,
I gotta show you
but
quick,
I
bro.
can just see him already in that role. I think he would be amazing at it.
Fuck. Wow, so good.
Let's see it.
That nigga looks amazing in this role, bro.
It's gotta be Chris Evans, no doubt. 100%. It's gotta be Chris Evans. He looks amazing.
Put it on the screen here if I can figure out how to do this shit.
Let's go. I think that's the one.
Why can't I? Oh, there we go. Duh, idiot. Chris Evans as Solid Snake. Perfect. So yeah, man. There we go. Make it happen,
bro.
Hollywood.
Come on, bro. Incredible. But yeah, man. It's time for everybody's favorite part of the show. It's time for the top 5 of the day. Sticking with the theme, we talked about Mando. So let's keep it Star Wars, man. Let's keep it what Mando is. We always talk about Jedi. We always talk about Sith. We always talk about Star Wars films. But there are some dope characters in Star Wars that are not, that aren't, Jedi, and they're not Sith. There's a lot of other cool characters. So give me your top 5 favorites. I want to say non-force sensitive, but some of these characters have been identified as, being force sensitive. So I don't want to say that. But give me your top 5 favorite non-Jedi or Sith Star Wars characters, or let's just say users of the Force, right? Because even though these characters have been identified, there's no evidence of them using the Force, right?
Right.
So let's say non-Force users, Star Wars characters. Go.
All right. Couple of
honorable
mentions.
Mejones.
Yeah. Damn, I actually should know that. Mensajes.
Oh, okay.
Mensajes in Spanish.
Mensajes.
So, Grand Moff Tarkin.
that guy is a jerk.
He sucks, but he's a great villain. He is an honorable mention. Also, honorable mention. I'm sorry. Message is Mensaje. I don't know what I thought you were saying. Message. I'm sleepy, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know how to say mention in Spanish. Maybe you were right. Shout out to all my Spanish speakers who agonized for that 30 seconds between me like making that mistake and then catching it.
And they catching it.
They were just seething. My apologies, my Spanish speaking friends. Message, not mentions. So honorable mention, number 6. I'm gonna go with Lando Calrissian.
Hey,
super cool.
Hey, man.
And Lucky. So,
Hand.
Hey, Hand. How's it going, man? Billy D.
Yo, one thing that I always joke about with you, I just can't ever shake this when I think of Lando. Dog, that buff Lando action figure I had when I was a kid. Like, why? What were we doing?
Yeah.
There's just... y'all just gonna have to look it up. When I was a kid, I had a Lando Calrissian action figure.
That nigga was Diesel.
And for...
he had pectorials.
Bruh, for some reason, this guy was the buffest toy ever. And I don't know what the point of that was. I don't understand why he was so buff. But it was hilarious, man. He had like huge muscles.
So there is...
You could probably literally Google Lando buff toy.
So I was speaking of randomly buff ass characters. There is... Oh my God, dog. That's hilarious, bro.
Man them popping out of his shirt.
So there's a toy of Jean-Luc Picard. There's a comic book of Jean-Luc Picard.
Buff.
And this nigga
Holy crap.
is swole. Look at Jean-Luc Picard. Patrick Stewart. That nigga is swole. But you could tell, so this is when Star Trek had a Marvel comic run. And you know they had all the Marvel superhero niggas drawing the Star Trek folks. So they
What you mean he ate 6'4", 260 with
Right.
all muscle?
2% body fat. All right. So moving on. Right. We've derailed the conversation here.
We always do. Please, y'all, just please Google Buff Lando toy.
As I'm gonna do that while I'm giving my list. So yes, number 5. Getting into the proper list. I'm gonna go with Finn, bro. I know we got the confirmation that he was indeed Force sensitive. I just pulled it up. Dog, ridiculous.
Oh my goodness, bro.
But you know, so the only reason why he's not number 1, I mean, you know, you already know how I feel about. Boom.
Y'all, look at this buff Lando action figure. When I was a kid, unbelievably swole for no reason. The guy is just he's not a big guy.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So anyways, holy shit, bro, I'm so sorry. But by comparison, though, look at this one.
the real life to scale. Oh my goodness, bro.
Look at this dumbass shit, bro. Kids, eat your vegetables.
You want to be
big and strong like Lando? Eat your vegetables, kids.
Oh my goodness. Hand. God, that's hilarious.
All right, man. Fuck this goddamn list. All right, so Finn, I wanted Finn, bro. If the fact that he wasn't the main character, lead Jedi, not a side Jedi, not a Mace Windu Jedi, lead main character Jedi, then I was disappointed. I'm sorry. Whatever. What do you want me to do?
Hey man, I agree.
Poe, number 4.
Ooh.
Possibly the best pilot of all time. Right. Hey man.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. You like Wedge. That's your guy.
Wedge is my guy, but I'm not arguing.
Bro.
I can't argue against Poe. Poe has, I will say this. Poe has the most impressive on-screen pilot moment ever.
He was doing kung fu in his
Force
fucking
Awakens,
X-wing,
bro.
Bro, that's the coldest dogfight, and it was just one person.
Dog, he was going.
Even Finn was like, "Who the fuck is that?" God damn, he's killing all the bad guys. So yeah, shout out to Poe. And then again, like anytime somebody's a good pilot, there's always the hint: are they force sensitive or not? And then speaking of which, number 3, obviously we're gonna go with Han Solo, which in my opinion, one of the dopest little Easter eggs or like, maybe inferences that you can draw that Han Solo was force sensitive was the scene on the Millennium Falcon.
100%.
Where he's like, I don't believe in luck, or I don't believe in that mumbo jumbo. And then if the camera pans to Obi-Wan and he's like, okay. Which very clearly was like, this nigga don't even know he force sensitive.
Right,
he don't even know. This is his dumb ass.
Let's go.
Which, and everything would support that, right? Like this nigga whoops and trips and falls and like defeated
big, giant dubs.
Right. And defeated the most dangerous bounty hunter of all time. He straight up pushed Boba Fett into the Sarlacc pit. Like he straight up like became activated as a Jedi in that moment. And it also would help to support the fact that Ben Solo was crazy powerful and like in the EU and all of the super Jedi kids being also so goddamn powerful. Anyways, so that's cool. Number 2, I could flip number 1 and 2, but I'm gonna, for the sake of list integrity, I'm gonna go Chirrut Imwe number 2. Because I'm sure he's gonna show up on your list somewhere.
Chirrut.
Obviously, like one of the great characters of all time, like Donnie Yen. Why wasn't he in a Star Wars movie a long time ago?
And it's not like he had. Oh man, he should have been in. Should have been.
And again, I loved him, but like, okay, so now that we know what that looks like when you take someone out of the like wuxia film or like the the flying crouching tiger, hidden dragon style film and bring it into the Star Wars universe, that shit looks sweet.
Looks awesome.
So let's keep doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, all right. Your move, Disney.
Come on.
And then number 1, bro, it's for the sake of what we've been talking about here. I gotta go with Din Djarin.
Oh,
The Mandalorian.
Yo,
at number 1.
Nice.
Look, bro, I'm really impressed with what I see. I'm a fan.
I love that. I love that, man.
Shout out to the Mandalorian.
Okay,
that's my number 1. So we got Finn, Poe, Han, Chirrut Imwe, and the Mandalorian himself. Boom. Who you got?
Hey, man. That's what's up. I like that list. All right, man. Let's go. I'm going to get into my list right now. Got to knock a couple honorable mentions out. Honorable mention first, man. I got to go with my guy. I got to go with Finn. Finn doesn't quite make my list, but I did love Finn. Love his character. Thought he was dope. But it just disappointed me so much, man. They did him dirty. Should have been a Jedi. My second honorable mention, I got to go with General Grievous, bro.
Ooh, good call.
General Grievous was so much better in the cartoon, the Clone Wars, than he was
menacing
than he was in the film. But Kenobi. Shout out to General Grievous,
robot.
man.
That shit's kind of funny.
He was a really, really cool character, man. So shout out to Grievous. But let's get into this list, man. Coming in at number 5, I gotta go with a character you had, man. Just amazing pilot. Had some of the best moments in the new films, and that's Poe Dameron coming in at number 5. Like you said, man, my man was doing kung fu in the X-wing in the sky. It was amazing. And then, I mean, the risky mission to start The Last Jedi, fantastic. Where he shoots the guns off of the dreadnought ship.
Yep.
Amazing. Shout out to Poe. Coming in at number 4, I gotta go with my favorite pilot Even though I love Poe, I gotta go with my favorite Star Wars pilot, and that's Wedge Antilles. Shout out to Wedge, who destroys the Death Star in Return of the Jedi.
He does.
Big time mission.
That kind of gets slept on a little bit.
Bruh.
That nigga got a Death Star body.
Bro,
in his
Wedge has a Death Star body.
In his repertoire. Like
That's
only one other nigga ever can say that, bro.
Come on, man. Wedge got a Death Star body. That's big time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Wedge Antilles. Bro, coming in at number 3, I gotta go with a jerk. This guy's a jerk. Super cool character though. I go with Pre Vizsla.
Hey.
The evil leader of Death Watch, the Dark Saber.
He did suck though.
He was a jerk, and he got served by Obi-Wan, but I just thought his character was pretty cool. Wanting to return Mandalore back to their warrior ways, and he was big on the Mandalorian culture and stuff, so I liked Pre Vizsla. I thought he was a good character. Number 2, man, I gotta go Din Djarin. Mando, super dope character, finally getting a real Mandalorian on screen.
Wait. Let me ask a question real quick. I never thought about this before.
Okay.
But how are they gonna retcon why? Look, we saw a lot of Mandalorians in the Clone Wars.
Right.
Did I miss this? Did they do this already? What did they do to like explain why those Mandalorians were so like willy-nilly taking off their helmet, but Mando, Din Djarin, like in his form of the religion, you can never do that shit.
I think so. My answer would be because these are not. Mandalore had become more of like a kind of a political place, and they were. Death Watch was the only like group of them that were trying to uphold the old traditions of Mandalore.
But even they used to take off their helmets though too.
Yeah, they were, but the reason I would say is because they weren't like the originals, you know what I'm saying? They were like new to the warrior culture, so they were I don't know, they weren't originals, you know what I mean? So that's the only thing I can think of.
Fans, what do y'all think? That's a question for y'all.
Yeah,
what's your best theory on why that's the case?
Let us know what y'all think, man. But my number 2 is Mando. Before I do my number 1, I do have one other honorable mention that I did not mention, and it's another Mandalorian, another Death Watch member. I gotta go with Bo-Katan.
I was expecting her to be on the list.
She would have. I really wanted to put her on here, but she's gonna be honorable mention because I'm choosing to go with Pre Vizsla just because of the dark saber. His helmet was so sweet too. It had like the kind of antler looking things on it, and he wore the cape. He just looked really dope. But Bo-Katan is honorable mention for me. She is. She's one of my favorite Star Wars characters for real. I really like Bo-Katan a lot.
Looking forward to seeing her.
Looking forward to seeing
Mando.
her pop up in Mando.
Are you thinking
sure.
that's Sasha Banks? She would be too young, though, don't you think?
I think Sasha Banks would be Sabine.
That would be
amazing,
really
bro.
dope.
I think that would be really dope. And obviously, she's used to. She always has like purple hair and stuff. So
I love.
I'd be here for that. She kind of looks.
She
like
does,
Sabine.
bro. She absolutely does.
She kind of looks like Sabine too.
Yeah.
So I think that would be amazing. But Bo-Katan, man, just a really, 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 really dope character. Man, I kind of want to put her on. God dang it. But I can't, man. I can't put her over any of these other characters. Honorable mention Bo-Katan. But my number 1, obvious, shared them way. Rogue One, Donnie Yen. Come on, man. Should have been in Star Wars long. Should have been in Star Wars before. Like you said, you take that character that has those skills, put him in a Star Wars movie. Looks sweet. What's up?
They're sword fighters, bro.
Like, well, let's go, man. Do it again. But yeah, bro, that's my top 5. Number 5, Poe Dameron. Number 4, Wedge. Number 3, Pre Vizsla. Number 2, Mando. Number 1, Sheridan Way. But the highest and utmost honorable of the honorable mentions, Bo-Katan.
Number 5.1.
Number 5. Yeah, number 5B
Yeah.
is going to be Bo-Katan, man. I love Bo-Katan.
So I just thought of something, bro. I know. Well, okay. I thought of something. You already know, Doug. I am very critical of casting white men in Hollywood these days.
Yes, sir.
Especially in Star Wars.
Yes.
However, if there is one white man that I could see fitting in perfectly in the Star Wars universe, it's Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. I mean, the actor who played Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. Kit Harington. He would
want it.
Right, bro? Like, I could totally see him as even like a young Sith Lord or like a young whatever, right? He has the look and like the acting chops of like someone in that universe. And he's proven he could be a leading man.
Word.
That's one of maybe 2 or 3 castings that you can give me that I wouldn't be disappointed with. But he better have like a brown, like his Sasuke or his Naruto better be fucking black. like his shonen rival better be black, bro.
All right, I'm here for that.
But yeah, that's just a little quick thought.
Word, man. So episode 57. Hey, we got to call this episode Buff Lando.
Nah. Boom, there it is.
Episode 57 in the books. Thank y'all for listening.
Go vote. Go vote. Go vote.
Vote.
I don't want to hear no corny shit.
Look, man, I'm not trying to hear. I'm not even gonna get into that. Go vote, okay? If you're not gonna vote and you're gonna be out here complaining about everything, then don't
listen to the podcast. Don't subscribe. Unsubscribe.
Go vote, man. Okay, just do it. Yes. When you're black, you are forced to pick between 2 scumbags. It always happens. It's not gonna change. But go vote, man. Okay, don't take your ball and go home.
Right.
All right. Go vote.
Boom.
We love y'all, man. Thank y'all for listening. If you're listening on Spotify or whatever, make sure y'all follow the YouTube, man. Subscribe, Noveliss on YouTube. We got the crispy video, thanks to Hero the Tech Lord. Okay, and follow us on Instagram at the SwordCast Pod. And join the Discord. I am going to do it. I haven't done it yet. I've got some awesome fans that have been kind of getting on me on Twitter about it. But I'm gonna
keep fucking bothering this nigga till he get on the Discord.
I'm gonna get on the Discord and y'all get on as well. And thank y'all for listening.
Hey, yo.
Peace.
Check it.
Welcome back, hero.
My word is my sword, Hokage and Batosai, pulling the blades out of the forge, yo. Prior to my knowledge of the Force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under gray skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind will lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast.